Fort Vermilion. 1786, fur traders first came to know the rich resources of the Peace River Valley. The first post built by the Northwest Company was located a few miles downstream from this point until 1792, when they moved up the river in the search of a new source of fur. The Northwest Company successfully controlled the trade on the Peace, ruthlessly forcing the closure of their rival establishments until its union with the Hudson Bay Company in 1821. The settlement of Fort Vermilion has grown around the fort establishment here in 1831 by the Hudson Bay Company. Just approaching Fort Vermilion, Alberta, Alberta's oldest community. Let's have a little driver. Hang out. A restaurant in this old building, right about there. Cool. Looks like it's pretty well shut down now, but yeah, they had good food there. They had a flood here a couple of years ago, so Main Street was pretty washed out, and I think most of the businesses are closed down. There's a pharmacy there and a Motor Inn hotel. Not much left for businesses. Here's an old building. It's been there since the beginning of time. Used to be a hardware store, which is also now closed and boarded up. Another old building there. And there is CIM, Christian radio station. That's pretty well it. The hardware store has relocated up the hill just a bit. They got a really nice hardware store with a great family that runs it. I don't think it's a residential, I don't know. Maybe it's a bed and breakfast or whatever else, but it's a nice old building for sure. Oh, there's a sign there, so I'll go and read that. See what it says. Okay. Old Bay House, 1828 to 1830. Francis Wilson family residence, 1908 to 1913. Cool. That's a beautiful house. Hi and welcome to my channel, and if you'd be so kind to click that subscribe and like button, that would be mighty fine to you. And welcome to Fort Vermilion's Canada Day. So let's check this town out. There's lots of great people in here, interesting things to see, so come along for the ride. I know the guy that works in here. His name is Steven. He was so kind to come and open up and give me a quick little tour, so we'll go and check it out. Knock knock, anybody home?
Come on in.
Hey Steve, how are you doing?
Doing very well. Welcome to the Brassa House.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah, this house is built by Johnny Brassa circa 1905 or so. It's a dovetail log house made completely with hand tools of saws and axes.
I can see
making
that.
those logs nice and square and stacking them together. It was used as a home in the community for many years, originally located just along the riverbank, as most of the homes in the community were. Since then, it's been moved about 3 different times, each time with different plans for historical interpretation and preservation. And the most recent time was in 1987, I believe, when it was moved here for the bicentennial celebration as the Visitor Information Center.
Cool. I'm interested. How do you move a log cabin without falling it, having a part? Like, is there an actual foundation underneath there, or how? Do you have any idea how they do that?
Yeah, so it takes quite a bit of effort.
I can't imagine.
They brace the walls by putting big beams kind of on angles up and down on each wall, kind of helping to support it, making sure that the windows are also braced over and doors. So they brace the walls and brace the doors and windows, and then the process is to dig holes in different spots around the walls.
Okay.
And in those holes, you can then drop some jacks in, and those jacks will lift up the whole house together as one big unit, and then it just rises up in the air, and a truck can drive right underneath, set those jacks down onto the truck, and away you go. So there is no stone foundation underneath it. It is just sitting the logs on top of the trailer, and once you have it up in the air as well, then you put some bracing across underneath the house as well.
Cool. Me growing up, I was born in Canada, but I grew up in South America, for example. We had I used that to...
The washboard,
yeah. the washboard. Yeah.
That's cool. So this is kind of like our laundry display, the classic washboard, a drying rack. We always tell the kids when they come through on school tours or with families how laundry used to be done, and a reminder that, pushing a few buttons today isn't actually that much of a chore after all.
No, I like that stove.
Yeah, it's a beautiful stove. It comes from the Ward family.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, that's pretty cool. You bet.
So if you look up at the ceiling, you'll see it's all black and charred.
Right.
That's from a fire that happened in 1959 when it was still being used as a family home.
Okay.
And the fire started as a result of kids not wanting to get caught smoking cigarettes. And so they decided the best spot to hide and do that was in the wardrobe. And of course, matches, cigarettes, and close, tight-knit wardrobe is a recipe for disaster. And so the wardrobe was originally right in this location here. It caught on fire, and fortunately the kids got out in time, but it did burn up the wall here a little bit onto the ceiling, and definitely left its mark. Nice.
Now I notice you have another building outside there. What's the history of that one?
Yeah, this one is called the Clark. Excuse me. This one's called the Clark House. It's built by the Hudson's Bay Company, also circa 1905. And this is one of a triplet set that was built by the Hudson's Bay Company as clerks or staff residences.
Oh yeah.
And this one was again down on the bank of the river, beside where the Bay House is today. And originally was moved on site here in 1994 with the goal of it being a tea house or a place that people could drop by and get some coffee or sandwich. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough resources or volunteer ability to make that happen. And so since I've become manager, I've turned it into our escape room experience, where people go in and they have to solve the puzzles and the riddles to escape out of the house, always with the historical theme.
Now I noticed on Main Street going out on the right side, there's another big old beautiful house which I filmed. What's the quick little history of that building?
Would that be the yellow one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Bay House. That one was built by the Hudson's Bay Company. It started in 1906 by laying a stone foundation of river rock, completed by 1908. And that house was built as the factor's house. So this was the big fancy house for the big top dog chief of the company that was in this area.
Okay.
And the Hudson's Bay Company, this was the main post with some offshoot posts up into Hay River or Hay Lakes area, and then over to Little Red River as well. And so this was kind of like a central meeting point.
Right.
And so they didn't spare any expense when building this house. They made sure that it was quite big, quite lavish.
Right.
And it just operated as a family home for years, and also as a hosting space. So anytime there was government officials or Hudson's Bay Company people coming through, they would be invited to stay there and enjoy the comforts of carpets and electricity and a grand piano or a big piano and a library and a little bit of a civilization, if you will.
Yeah, I noticed the other day when I was driving by there was vehicles there. Is it used for anything like now, or?
Yeah, so the house was Hudson's Bay Company for many years, became private hands, and over those years of being in private hands deteriorated, and by the late 1970s was in very, very rough shape, abandoned. And so there was a group of people that came together and wanted to restore the house, and those restorations took about 50 years or so, and now have been complete, and the house operates as an Airbnb, so people can book it online and stay there if they
I
wish.
did not know that.
Yeah.
So what would the contact information be? How would I reserve a room if I want to use it or go and stay there?
The best option would be going online through Airbnb, because that's how they are currently operating, and so that like if you go in and punch in your dates that you want to stay, it'll tell you if it's available or not right away rather than calling in. I'm not sure if there is a contact number on Airbnb for the people that are operating it,
Okay.
but generally they just direct you to the Airbnb site.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much, Stephen. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
So, Steve, tell me about Buttertown.
Certainly. Buttertown is the local lingo. The official name of this community is North Vermilion. There's a couple of different stories about how the place got its name. One of them is simply that there was a lot of butter produced there. Another one was kind of a jab at the location, saying that the people there were so poor that they couldn't afford butter in their baking. They could only use lard, and so they were jabbing at them saying Buttertown. But my favorite is that the roads are so bad that anytime you hauled your dairy anywhere, it all turned to butter before you got where you were going.
Oh, okay.
Buttertown itself was its own community. It had its own church, its own school, a number of pool halls, and at one point had its own Hudson's Bay Company store and a few other stores as well. It is directly across from Fort Vermilion on the northern side of the river. It is a low spot on the river, and so when the ice jams up or when the river becomes quite high, it does tend to flood and has flooded numerous times over the years. And so most recently that flood was in 2020, and a lot of the historic buildings that are there and the people that were living in them or on those sites have since been moved or have been damaged
Okay,
as a result of
cool.
that flood.
Thanks, Stephen. Appreciate it. Just had a nice little tour at the museum there. A lot of interesting stuff. He's a very busy guy, especially today with all the activities going on and stuff. So he was so kind to give me about 15 minutes of his time. So got a little tour, which was appreciated. And so there is a parade going on and also a rodeo today. So if you happen to be in the Fort Vermilion, Alberta area, you could definitely take that in. Canada Parade in Fort Vermilion, Alberta. Even the road scrubber. had a great time in Fort Vermilion. A big shout out to Scratch and Carol and Candace and all those other wonderful people out there. And ate ice cream, had a good laugh, good conversation. So thought I'd go for a quick bike ride, and got to get home and got stuff to do. So happy Canada Day, everybody. Done. All my lumber firewood, are there? Got all my firewood. Oh, I'm happy with that. Done. Done.
In the heart of Alberta, where the rivers run free, come gather round, let me share my tale with thee. Oh, my Alberta home, on the prairie so wide, where lakes mirror the sky, with the mountains as a guide. Fort Vermilion called since 1788, a space filled with stories and love that won't wait. Oh, I love my home on the mighty Peace River, where we work, love, laugh, and cry together. Folks greet you with a smile, it's a welcoming patch, like my friend Scratch and the hugs from Candace and Carol. What a match. From hunting to fishing, it's a living we find, common ground we share with our hearts intertwined. The whispers of the pines, the songs in the air, nature's sweet embrace, no place can compare. Oh, the peace of the river flows gently over stones. In this land we build dreams and we call our own. Cheryl's cooking up a storm, fills the air with delight. Rada's cutting your hair, everything feels just right. Oh, I love my home on the mighty Peace River, where we work, love, laugh, and cry together. Folks greet you with a smile, it's a friendly refrain, a tapestry of stories like soft summer rain. Neighbors lend you a hand in this close-knit town, from morning light rising to evening coming down. With laughter and with music, our spirits take flight. In Alberta's embrace, everything feels so right. times that we've shared. In Fort Vermilion's heart, we know that we've cared. Oh, the mighty Peace River whispers gentle and low, my Alberta home forever will grow.